8th K of the season, first of the day. This is a grounder over to short. I think the only play is over to first. It is, and it's a beautiful scoop over there at first.
Nice play.
By Reed Thomas for the first out. Runners do advance to second and third. It was Gregory that made the play at short. We'll go ahead and give you the defensive lineup for the Eagles starting out from left to right. Left field is Trey Meigel. Center field is Jonte Hennessy. And right field is Voss. We'll go ahead and give you that infield after this pitch from Brown. It's a big swing, but it's fouled away. Over at third is Spencer. And short, as we mentioned, Gregory. Second is Louse, and first is Thomas. Behind the plate is Jones, and once again on the mound is Brown for the Eagles. That's how they line up defensively to start this game. 0-1 pitch, not really competitive outside for 1-1. It's Caston Mason, who has stepped in, 297 hitter himself. 1-1 count. Trying to go to that outside corner, and it was just a bit outside. Didn't miss it by too much. So Brown falls behind 2-1. Only 22 hits. 8 of those extra bases, though, for Mason. 21 RBIs as well this season. Once again, trying to paint the corner. Didn't get it. 3-1 count.
It's impressive to see a team that's got a .347 batting average. That's what this Tyler team has. They've built a very strong program these many years, and has continued to be leaders in the conference.
Absolutely, and that one outside once again. So tried to paint the outside corner a couple of times. That at bat was not able to get the movement through the zone. So it's a walk, a hit by batter, and an 0-2 count, a ground out softly over to short. And then a pretty non-competitive walk as well to load the bases. It'll be Bryce Jewell who will step in, .354 hitter, 34 RBIs, looking to add to that this season. And he might just do it as this one's lined out to right field. It's going to land in fair territory. It might clear the bases. 1 run's in, 2 runs is in as well. There was a bobble out in right field. It absolutely will clear the bases. It's a 3-run triple off the bat of Jewell. And it's UT Tyler that jumps out to an early 3-0 lead here in the top of the first.
Jacob, that wasn't hit hard.
It was not, no.
It was not a rope or anything like that, but it was hit right where it needed to be, right down the right field line.
Absolutely.
Voss had to come over a long way to get it. Yes, he did bobble it. Mm-hmm. But these UT guys from Tyler were off the sound of the bat.
Absolutely.
And cleared the bases. As you said, he's on third base, but they were all in.
Yes. The speed, too, as
well. Very strong base running, right.
Absolutely. It will be Blake Labuda, who will step in, .354 hitter. He's looking right at 25 RBIs, so he's looking to add to it. And Randy, to your point, you said that the Eagles had to avoid the walks and the hit by batters, and they were not able to, and UT Tyler was able to take advantage of it on one swing of the bat, put up a crooked number 3. With only 1 out in the inning, that's the big thing as well. All the damage coming with 1 out, as that first pitch was swung through and missed for strike 1.
It has come back to bite us so many times, Jacob. It just really has.
Yeah.
It's
tried to check his swing. They're going to appeal down to third. No, they're going to just say home plate umpire said he did not. No appeal needed. So 0-2 count, and typically an 0-2 count's a good spot for the pitcher, but Brown has not had the best success on 0-2 pitches this afternoon. We'll see what this delivery does as 0-2 down low. Becomes 1-2. That was the 352nd RBI for UT Tyler this season. Just absolutely ridiculous offensive numbers for them put up this season. It's no reason why they're top 20 in the nation as well as second in the LSC currently. The 1-2 delivery is a tapper over to the pitcher, Brown, off his glove. Run will come around and score. The runner will be thrown out at first, though. That was Louse that backed up Brown. So that 3-0 lead becomes an even bigger 4-0 lead now. As the second baseman will step in now, Tanner Hornback. And how's this? Your 7-hole hitter just hitting under 400 at 391. That's a good luxury to have.
It's a killer.
First pitch looked pretty good from up here, but missed a little bit outside, I believe, is what the home plate umpire is going to say. Hornback shows bunt, and bunts this foul. Well, in those two victories we mentioned last year, the Eagles were able to take two away from UT Tyler on the road. And a lot of the production from that game for the Eagles not back this year. So that was one of my keys to the game that we're going to talk about in the bottom half of the first, that they're going to have some offensive production somewhere differently in the lineup, as that one's in there for strike two. And they're not going to have that luxury of working with a clean inning. They're going to be behind at least 4-0 by the time they take a first swing here this afternoon. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Once again, down low out of the zone.
Jacob, the guy's hitting 391.
Mm-hmm.
He's leading in stolen bases, and yet he's batting number 7. That shows you about having so much talent, you don't know what to do with it.
Oh, my goodness. It's a nice luxury to have for this Patriots squad. We'll see if he can get on base, try to use that speed to his advantage. Here's the 2-2. It's upstairs. We'll go to a full count, payoff. If he's able to get on, Bearden behind him will get an opportunity to Brock. Here's that payoff pitch. 3-2, swung on and missed 4. Strike 3, blew it right by him. Well, the Eagles' bats will finally get to come around here in the bottom of the first, but they'll be down 4-0 by the time they get the opportunity. We'll catch you here in just a little bit here on the Flow, here on Flow College. Welcome back to Dobson Field here on the campus of Oklahoma Christian University. Jacob Owens and Randy Gray with you here. It's a 4 spot in the top of the inning for the Patriots, 4-0 lead. On the mound for them this afternoon is number 26, Raleigh Hector. 2.13 ERA coming into the season, 6-1 win-loss. This will be his 11th appearance, 11th start as well. No complete games. 55 innings for the starter, 46 hits, 18 runs, all 13 earned, 13 walks, and an impressive 63 strikeouts. Randy, that 63 leads the team as well on strikeouts. Teams are hitting 223 against Rowdy this
Very
season.
impressive.
Very impressive numbers indeed for Hector. And the first 3 that he'll face for the Eagles will be Voss, Meigel, and Jones.
Jacob, notice also that although he is 6-1, the innings pitched far surpasses. Try me again on that. Far surpasses the rest of his pitching staff.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He we don't have all the records, but he evidently had just one bad game.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, that's impressive. 2.13.
It is.
All right.
Now, on the other side of things, though, for the Eagles, you can have some encouragement because when they faced Hector last season, they were able to jump on him early. He only pitched 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 3 walks, 6 Ks. So they had some success against Hector last season. But once again, a lot of that production for the Eagles in those games not here in the lineup this afternoon. So it's going to have to come from somewhere else. if they're going to try to pull off this upset and get out of this 4 spot in the top of the first.
Yes, we've had a big change in the lineups from last year. We sure have. This team has scored some runs. In fact, we scored a lot of runs in a lot of our losses by just losing it in the closing innings when our pitching wouldn't hold up.
Grant Voss is the leadoff batter for the Eagles. He's in a 1-2 count after that strike called on the outside corner. Just getting a piece of that one, staying alive. So we'll do 1-2 again.
He's been a big surprise. He came on just in the last month or so and got his chance to start and has been very impressive.
He has been. Unfortunately, they're not able to catch up to that one. That one blown by for an early K. And Hector starts off where he left off in his last outing. That outing was against Sul Ross State. He had a tied season high 10 Ks in that one. And it was a beauty performance for him on the mounds. And he gets the early K to start the game off for his team. First pitch to Michael, down low for ball 1. This one hit over to second. Should be an easy play. Off the hop, the throw over to first in time for the second out. That was Hornback over at second. Left field from left to right, or outfield from left to right. Bearden out in left, Clark out in center field, and Williams out in right. Infield third to first. Hammonds, Schmidt, Hornback, and Jewell and Labuda behind the plate. And, of course, Hector on the mound. Hunter Jones now, the batter for the Eagles. That one down low.
Hunter has the most unique record to have is the number of base on balls he has. 45 for the season.
He's very patient.
Very patient.
Takes a strike there. 1-1 count. Not only is he patient and will get on with the walk, he also has a lot of pop and power as well, Randy. 8 home runs, 38 RBIs. At 38 leads the Eagles. Only 1 home run off of Trey Michaels' season high. Nobody else for the Eagles has above 4 besides those 2. So Jones and Michael going to be the 2 danger hitters for UT Tyler this afternoon. That one fouled into the netting. And the count will move to 2-1.
Jones has been able to produce those numbers too, Jacob, and catch 95% of the games. And catching will take a toll on you. It'll wear you out.
2-2, my apologies. Here's that 2-2 pitch down low. Yeah, it's always impressive when the catchers are able to get behind the plate, but then also bring it into the box as well. And I've always said, Randy, the catcher should have the best vision, so it's not a surprise to me that Jones leads the team in walks, has a good understanding of that zone. 3-2 is outside, and it's a 2-out walk for Jones.
Well, thank
Here
you.
in the bottom of the first. That will bring up the center fielder, Jonte Hennessy. Jonte just under 300 at 291. Jones only 2 for 4 stolen bases this season, so would be kind of surprised if he gets moving here. As that one up in and high to Hennessy.
It would surprise a lot of us if he started. He's smart ball player, a good savvy for the game, and also knows what he can and can't do.
Yeah, not the biggest leads over there first for Jones. Genesee swinging, good contact, but this one fouled out.
Now, when contact's made and he has to take off, he picks up the pace very well.
Absolutely.
He's able to move around the bases real well.
That's turned into 41 runs for Jones. That also leads the team as well. As we wait the 1-1 count to Hennessy, it's a swinger up the middle. It's going to get through.
Now he'll round it. He'll check it. Now that's it.
Yeah, he'll stay at second. Will Jones. It's a good throw in from center field by Clark. But it's a little bit of a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the first for the Eagles. First 2 retired pretty quickly. Strikeout and a soft grounder to second. But now runners on first and second for Michael Adair, the designated hitter. And the lefty has the highest batting average at .355 for the Eagles. 3 homers and 31 RBIs. He's definitely the type of hitter that can change this game with one swing, with or without the wind. He's at count 1-0.
Amen. And the best thing is he can pitch, too. He's been on the mound on several occasions.
He sure has. Trying to help out Brown on the mound here. His big swing there, was looking to do some damage, but was not able to get the contact needed for it. 1-1 the count will be now. As Hector looking to try to get to his second K of the day. Third out of the inning. Dare, good eye there. Saw it down low the whole way. He's also got pretty good vision with 25 walks. That's second best on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So not only can he hit, not only can he mash, but he's also very patient in his approach in the box. And he's awarded with a 2-1 count.
Oh, there you go.
And he drives one out to right field. It's going to go all the way up against the wall. One run is around third, score easily. Here comes the second runner all the way around. It's a 2-run double off the bat of Michael Adair. Had a big turn there. Thought he might have tried to extend it to 3 for a triple. Said he goes back to second. But he comes through for the Eagles, and that deficit is cut in half off the bat of Michael Adair. It's a 4-2 lead now for UT Tyler in the bottom of the first.
Well, that was well placed. Right down the line. The right fielder played it well, but he was more in right center when he was in his fielding position, so he had a long way to go to get to it.
Very similar to the Jewel one as well.
Exactly.
That one maybe not as close to the line. So that one catches the upper part of the zone for strike one.
Interesting part was that was not a good throw in. There was not a good cutoff man in position to receive that throw.
I was going to say the same thing. It was the third baseman that had to come pretty far off third to get that. As this one's going to hit over to second base. Should be the third out of the inning, throw in time for it. What a first inning we had on the top half and as well in the bottom half. All the times that I've got to call them this year. But now we're waiting for Brown and seeing if he can get a quick inning here after his bats cut the deficit in half for him. First pitch showing bunt, and that one going to go out of the zone as he pulled it back for ball one. It's the left fielder, number 18, Brock Bearden, who will step in. 351 hitter. He has 26 hits on the season. Looking to get something going for his team in the top of the second. He'll look at a strike. So the count will move to 1 apiece.
And he's 7-7 for stolen bases.
Yeah, I keep
batting 8th.
I keep looking at it, and it's
stats.
just amazing. 7 for 7, 10 for 12, 13 for 14, 16 for 23. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. There is 6 for 6. There's no let up with this UT Tyler offense. They can do it in all facets. As here's the 1-2. This one fouled and out of play. We'll do it again. In the first, if you weren't here, it was a couple of walks, a hit by batter that loaded the bases up, and it was a bases clearing triple for Jewell to give him a 3-0 lead. 1-2 is down low out of the zone for 2-2. And it was, I believe, Labuda that got the runner across from third on a RBI ground out that gave him a 4-0 lead. Michael Adair got the runners from first and second on a double out to right field that went all the way to the wall. That's how we stand at 4-2. Right now we're 2-2 pitch, and it looked good, but it just was a little bit high for the home plate umpire. And that, if you're Brown, that's one of those that you would have loved to see go your way to really establish confidence to start off this second. Instead, though, we'll have the payoff pitch, and here it is. Blows it by him instead for the K. So he does end up getting the strikeout via the swing and miss, and it's a good start for Brown in the top of the second. And Brown's first K of the day.
That was a good pitch. Very good pitch he brought into him.
Was. Attacked him inside, up and in as well, and really hard adjustment to make for the right-handed hitter. Fouled away. This is Mason Hammonds, the 9-hole hitter.
Now, there's something unique about this Hammonds.
Yeah.
He's batted about 150 times. That's okay. Only hitting 233, but he's got 31 RBIs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he has hit the ball and been able to bring runs across the plate.
Yeah, big situations for Hammonds. He has delivered. You mentioned the 31 RBIs. That comes on 35 hits, only 12 extra bases, all 12 being doubles.
But he strikes out a lot, got 30 strikeouts. So
he does indeed compared to 17 walks.
He swings a lot, but it pays off, it looks like.
It does. Here's the 0-2. That one down and out of the zone for ball 1. Brown looking for his second K of the day and of the inning against a 9-hole hitter. Don't want to get the top of the order coming around with runner on the base. So here's the 1-2. Just hitting a piece of it is Hammonds to stay alive. Really good defensive swing there to stay alive. That was a good pitch up and out of the zone by Brown. So we wait the 1-2 delivery. This one out of the zone, so the count will move to 2-2. Clark and Williams, the next two batters on deck. If UT Tyler able to get something going in the top of the second. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Brown. Gets some chasing outside. The swing and miss. So it is 2 Ks to start the top of the second for David Brown. And he's 1 out away from going 3 up, 3 down, and getting his bats another opportunity. It's going to be Connor Clark who walked his first at bat. And Brown had some issues with the zone and finding it in the top of the first. Here in the top of the second, though, he's done really well to combat that as this one's hit over to third. It's going to be fair. A long throw, but he's going to beat it out for the third out of the inning. It's Spencer over there at third that made the beautiful dive backhand play. Throw to first over in time. So UT Tyler does go 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back here shortly for the bottom of the second. Eagles bats coming up on Flo College.
Boy, that's a pretty stop, man.
Welcome back to Oklahoma Christian. It's a 4-2 lead for UT Tyler. It's Justin Spencer, the third baseman, who will step in and lead things off after a beautiful play over at third. It'll be the bottom three of the order for the Eagles: Spencer, Laus, and Gregory. First pitch down low for ball one. Spencer comes in hitting at .268 on the season, 30 hits, 6 doubles, 3 homers, and 25 RBIs. So some good production from Spencer this season. Swung through, though, and right over the top of that one, as that pitch just died once it got into the zone. Even the count up at 1 apiece. And he goes right back to that same pitch, gets the same result, swung through right over the top of it. So good curve from Hector, who's quickly moving, and it's 3 straight pitches, 3 straight swinging misses for the K. Spencer down, swinging for the first out.
Spencer did look comfortable in the box that time. He just didn't look in the zone.
He's having a hard time adjusting to that late movement from Hector. There's that one in there for the strikeout. So both starting pitchers are at 2 strikeouts.
There you go.
This one hit over to third, and it's going to eat up
shot.
the third baseman, Hammonds.
Hit well.
Laus will be on after that rocket of a single over to the hot corner. So the 9-hole hitter, name number 1, Kason Gregory, will dig in.
Laus is 6 for 6, but I don't know. We may be waiting to give everybody a shot that first time through.
We'll see if that is the case. First pitch to Kason, hit over to short. Maybe should have been running over to second for 1.
Exactly
now
right.
over to first for 2. It's a first pitch hit into a 6-4-3 double play. The threat put out quickly by UT Tyler. We'll go to the top of the third. Still 4-2 Patriots over the Eagles. Well, here we go for the top of the third. And we thought maybe the Eagles were going to get a little rally going after that Laus rocket of a single. Fortunately, though, 1 pitch, 1 swing into the double play. And we had talked and alluded to it, Randy, that, maybe you wait, maybe you try to get a runner going in that situation, hit and run to avoid that very thing. But before we can even talk about it, first pitch swing into the double play.
That's right.
Kind of backbreaker there for the Eagles in the bottom of the second.
Well, he was a threat. 6 for 6 is not bad. So
Yeah.
he was a threat, but you're right. Some of that guessing, you just never know.
Yeah, well, the Eagles are going to have to manufacture some runs at least. They still need 2 to tie this thing up as we get part of the top of the order, not the full top, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll just call it the heart of the order coming up for this Patriot squad, and it was the heart of the order that did most of the damage for the Patriots this afternoon. Williams, Schmidt, and Mason. Williams, of course, reached on the 0-2 pitch that hit him in on the elbow. Schmidt grounded out to second. Mason walked, and Jewell, the 5-hole hitter, cleared the bases on a 3-run double. We'll see what Brown can do. Second time through the order. First pitch is hit over to short, backhanded beautifully, and the throw over to first.
Whoa.
That's a beautiful play by Gregory over at short. So maybe making up for that double play And what a beautiful way to do it. Had to wait for the ball to get to him, and just a beautiful backhand over at short.
Short hopped him too a little bit, and he still made it look easy. Very good defensive play.
It really did. Drew Schmidt, 3-hole hitter, will step in. We mentioned it. He's hitting just under 450 on the season. First pitch in there for strike one. And the one batter you thought maybe was definitely going to get on here in 1 through 6 for UT Tyler is the only one that didn't reach base. So we'll see what he can do this time. And just on cue, he lines one out to center field. And that's going to get by the center fielder. Hennessy might allow, and it will allow, Schmidt to advance to second. We'll see if that is officially listed as a single or a double.
Now batting Austin Mason.
Softball just won their first game.
Softball won game 1, so the ladies victorious in 1 of 2. So they do put that down as a single and advance to center field on the air. It is Caston Mason who will step in. He also, only the walk, his first time up, has an RBI opportunity, would be his 13th of the season, trying to extend this UT Tyler lead.
That's right.
It's a big swing on that one to even the count up at 1 apiece. Well, the danger man is on deck for UT Tyler. Bryce Jewell. We'll see if he will have 2 outs to play with or only 1. As the 1-1 delivery is down low. Good job by Jones behind the plate to keep that in front of him.
Jones has been a very consistent backstop for the Eagles this year. Blocked a lot of pitches.
He sure has.
And with a lot of pitchers that were struggling too.
Yes, absolutely. He's been very solid for the Eagles. This one lined over to short, and beautiful catch over there by Gregory to make the play. Was wondering if it was just going to dive down in front of him, but it dives right into the glove for the second out.
Now batting Bryce Drew.
So Bryce Drew will dig in, and he will not have an out to play with. Only 2 outs here in the top of the second. But his 3-run double, or triple, 3-run triple, the difference so far in the afternoon.
When you talk about hitting, there's nothing better than seeing a right-handed batter put one down the right field line.
And just on cue,
Oh,
he
there he goes,
rifles
man,
one
left
out to
field.
left center field. This one going to go, that's going to be cut off in front of the wall. It's going to be an RBI double. So a 3-run triple in the first, a 1-run double in the third. And it's given UT Tyler a 5-2 lead.
Now batting Blake.
And Randy, he's only 2 hits away from a potential cycle here this afternoon. With the wind blowing out, you just never know what we
Never
might
know.
see here on Flo College this afternoon. It's going to be Blake Labuda who will step in. RBI ground out his first time up. First pitch down low for ball 1. So Brown had a clean second inning, was not able to get the clean third. 1-0 is hit over to short, and looks like Gregory's going to have a say in all 3 outs as he rifles one over to first for the third and final out. Well, UT Tyler able to get one across, and it was by Jewell once again. We'll go to the bottom of the third, and it's a 5-2 lead, 5-2 deficit now for the Eagles. We'll see how they respond here on Flo College.
batting, Hunter Jones. Now batting, Jonte Hennessy.
Like we always do with this jam.
Now batting, Michael Adair.
Every day I wake up, man, I stand on business. Yes, I follow Jesus, man, I promise there's no grand decision. Pull up to the altar every time.
batting, Reed Thomas. Now batting, Justin Spencer.
Well, welcome back to the top of the fourth. Patriots up 5-4. Eagles are out hitting the Patriots 5-3. So some good signs for the Eagles offensively. 7, 8, and 9 will be due up for UT Tyler. This inning, it'll be Hornback, Bearden, and Hammonds. All of them 0 for 1 in their first plate appearance.
Now batting Tanner Hornback.
So Tanner Hornback will step in, 391 hitter on the season. 25 RBIs, looking to get something rolling for UT Tyler in the top of the fourth. First pitch to him, hits him. That one was well inside and just got away from Brown on the mound. His second hit batter of the afternoon.
Hornback is 16 for 23. I hate to see that on stolen bases. I hate to see them hit like that.
16 for 23, yeah. And got to think that, as Randy alludes to it, might just see him go. If we were betting people up here, might be a safe bet as
And he's out to the cutout.
Bearden will step in. That one outside for ball one. And Brown has had issues when he's had runners on. Typically, he's done well without the runners on. That one down low, so count quickly moves to 2-0. It's only his fourth start of the season, seventh appearance. As you mentioned, only 21 innings coming into the contest. Here's the 2-0. That one in there for strike one. Here's the 2-1. That one down low and missed outside as well. So 3-1 count. And Randy, this is really the bottom half of the order, the bottom three. This is where you really don't want to have struggles with the commands. And
Nope, you sure don't.
Brown really struggling so far. Only threw a couple of pitches to find that zone. Here's the 3-1 offering. That one's in there for strike two. That was a beauty. Went back to the well for that one. He does have 3 strikeouts, and as a matter of fact, Bearden was one of those strikeout. Gonna throw down to first, and runner will get back safely. Hornback. That's probably the shortest lead he had all at bats over there. He's had some big ones, not necessarily too big on that last throwdown. Surprised he hasn't really been moving yet, as here's the 3-2 payoff. This one hit out deep to right field. It's got some carry to it, and it's going to be off the wall. Runner going to go to third, and he's going to be held up at third. So it's a double off the bat of Bearden. And Brock comes through for UT Tyler. And now the 9-hole hitter, Mason Hammonds, will dig into the box. And he's got an RBI opportunity here as well. Big thing for the Patriots as well. No outs in the inning, so they've got a couple of outs to work with to get at least one, if not 2, of those runs back that were given up in the bottom of the third. First pitch from Brown. That's a beauty. Just slider, good movement over and into the zone.
That was hit well off that right center field wall. That was hit very well.
Absolutely. Maybe it was going to carry a little bit, but didn't carry out of the park. The ballpark kept it in. Here's the 0-1. And once again, he hits another batter. Tried to go inside, and second of the afternoon. I believe that might be his third or fourth of the day. And it's been all against the righties as well. So that loads the bases. And Clark now will step in. Leadoff walk, his first appearance, grounded out to third in his second.
Okay. I mean, if he wanted
24 RBIs, 34 hits, only 5 extra bases, all 5 doubles. He does hit right at 400, 405. And this is a big moment in the game for both teams. UT Tyler looking to really put up a crooked number. Eagles looking to keep it within 1. That one missed outside. Thought maybe Brown was going to get the call, but once again, home plate umpire has not expanded that zone by an inch.
No.
Not even by a centimeter either. It's been very tight for both pitchers.
Oh.
This one's driven out to left field, and
There it
it has
goes.
got some carry, and it is absolutely crushed out of here.
Yep.
It is a grand slam off the bat of Connor Clark, and a big crooked number for the Patriots. Gives them a 9-4 lead here in the top of the 4th. The big boom for Clark and his teammates out of the dugout. And we had talked about it all day, partner, that you're able to get something elevated. You can put it up in the air. Wind might just carry one out, but I don't think the wind really had much of helping that one out. That was crushed off
Yes.
the bats.
Sure was. It was a shot.
Well, Brown got down once again early and tried to come back in, and it was just too sweet for the right-handed hitter, as we're going to get a new pitcher in on the mound here for the Eagles. I believe it's Nout Crocked that will step in for relief.
New pitcher for the Eagles, now Croft.
So Crocked has, well, nobody on for him, but unfortunately that's just because UT Tyler hit a grand slam. So he'll come in. It's a 9-4 lead for the Patriots. And as they have all season, the bats come through for UT Tyler. And unfortunately, partner, as it's been all season as well, the pitching just wasn't able to get out of the jam that they put themselves in.
Not when you hit batters.
And you talked about that early. The hit batters as well as the walks, have come back to bite the Eagles this season, and it's definitely done that and more here this afternoon.
It's picked us clean. A couple of games that we've been in just picked us clean. Playing a good game and then have the wheels fall off.
Well, he gave up 4 in the bottom of the first, and then he went 3 up, 3 down in the top of the second. Got a couple of outs pretty quickly in the third, and then just kind of everything fell underneath Brown after that.
You're absolutely right. It's just,
His final line, 3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 9 runs, all 9 earned, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Officially hit 3 batters. Gave up 5 extra base hits. That's got to be backbreaking for an offense as well, that, you get down early 4-0. You're able to battle through the first 3 innings and get it back to a 1-run lead. You got to feel good with how you were getting on the at-bats against the starting pitcher,
Right.
Hector. And then, just to see that grand slam. We'll see if that is backbreaking for the Eagles, or if we'll see if Crocked and company are able to find some momentum here and get the bats back. And so far the bats have been pretty good for the Eagles. No outs once again here in the top of the 4th. First pitch to Williams. His beauty is swing and a miss. Justin 404. Well, he leads the team with 8 home runs and 45 RBIs. Doesn't get the opportunity, though, as Clark in front of him did just what was needed. That one going to be outside for ball 1. Well, they've had the bases loaded twice here this afternoon, in the first as well as here in the 4th. They cleared them both times, a 3-run triple and a grand slam. That will do it every day of the week. Is this one driven out, and you can forget about this one.
Yeah.
It is absolutely crushed out to left center field. And UT Tyler goes back-to-back here in the top of the fourth. This one via the solo home run off the bat of Williams. And UT Tyler, the Patriots, double digits, 10 runs here in this game.
Now batting Drew Schmidt.
Drew Schmidt will now step in, and once again, pitcher leaves it elevated, and the batter does exactly what he's supposed to do. And that one, I think that one actually went further than the grand slam, I think.
Oh, yes,
that one
yes, it
was
did.
absolutely. That's out all the way to the people running the track out there
Yeah.
in left center field.
I believe it did get up on that track here.
My goodness. How about that? You're just going about your day on track practice, and then you look up and a baseball's coming your way. I'd be like, Coach, that's not what I signed up for.
That's right.
As-
Somebody yells incoming.
Maybe like golf and just call out 4 or something, you know.
Yeah.
Quickly down the count, 2-0 is Crocked as this one lined up the middle, goes off of his glove, slides down, tries to make the throw. It's a beauty of a throw, but the speed of Schmidt always was going to beat that off of the glove. And the hits keep on coming for UT Tyler here in the top of the fourth.
That was a good defensive play by him
Yeah.
to get the glove down, but he just could not recover to get the feet in position to make any type of throw.
Yeah, good reflexes
Not
from
to do a bad job.
Crocked on the mound. And as you mentioned, just it carried him too far away from him off the mound, off his glove. Just was no way he was going to get to that one as Caston Mason will step in. And that one out on the corner for ball 1. 4, 5, and 6 due up here. Still no outs for the Eagles. One 0. It's fouled away for 1-1. They're going to throw over to first. Runner able to get back in time. Schmidt. UT Tyler 4 for 8 with runners on the base, 3 for 7 with those runners in scoring position. That one outside 2-1. On the other side of that coin, the Eagles 4 for 9 with runners on, 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position, but impressively 3 for 5 with 2 outs here in the contest. 2-1 is hit out to left field. This might carry. It's going to carry all the way to the wall, and what a jumping grab. No, it's out of here. Wasn't able to hang on to it.
Yeah.
Was Michael out in left field. And Mason hits the 3rd home run of the inning for the Patriots. It's a 2-run home run. And it's now a 12-4 lead for UT Tyler as the boom once again dropped out of that dugout. And there's crooked numbers, and then there's what UT Tyler has done here in the top of the 4th. It's a 7 spot here in the top of the 4th. 3 home runs, a solo grand slam, and a 2-run home run. And that team, and the bats that were hitting just under 350, they have woken up, and now so this one going to show bunts. But he pulls it back. Either way, it was down there for strike. And here is Jewell, Bryce Jewell, double and a triple. And that one missed as well. So outside. Well, we've seen 3 home runs. Jewell needs a home run if he wants to get the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he's able to advance that. A single or a home run is what Jewell needs. He's down, or he's tied 1-1 in the count. Evened up, excuse me. Now he'll go ahead 2-1.
Those home runs have been well-hit pitches.
Oh,
They
my.
certainly have.
Yeah, that last one fooled me. I thought it was pretty clear off the bat as here's the 2-1. Taken and missed a little bit upstairs, 2-2. I thought initially off the bat it was gone, and then I saw Michael out in left field make the jump at the wall.
Right.
And he looked like he had it, and then he just put his head down, and it was like, oh, yep, nope, he didn't get it.
Had it, yeah.
Here's the 3-1, looking the whole way and taking it. That one right down Main Street. 3-2 count now. And once again, Eagles still looking for the first out of the inning. See if they can get Jewell for it. As here's the payoff pitch. This one blooped out to right field. Is this the single? It is the single for Blake Jewell. So add that to the cycle watch. We'll see if he gets that home run opportunity.
That's right.
It's the 5th hit of the inning for the Patriots.
And no outs.
Yes, sir, no outs, and we're going to get a mound visit. We can go ahead and take a short ad break if you'd like to cue one up for us. That way we can just catch our breath. We'll be back here shortly on Flow College. Well, here we go. Is that a new pitcher on the mound?
Yes, number 17.
Number 17. Charlie McBride comes in. This is his 14th appearance. Only 19 2/3 innings pitched for the relief pitcher. 23 hits, 19 runs, 15 earned, 21 walks, 17 Ks. Never the best sign when you have more walks than strikeouts, especially as a relief pitcher. But we'll see if McBride is able to do what Brown and Croct were not able to. Let's get it out here in the top of the 4th.
That's right.
Well, here we go. Once again, here on Flow College, top of the 4th. If you missed anything, you missed a lot of action here in the top of the 4th. This wasn't the time to take a bathroom break or snack break or anything. 7 runs for the Patriots here in the top of the 4th. Started out with a 4-run first, followed up by a 3 up, 3 down to the second. Scored 1 in the third, and I put up a 7 spot in the 4th for the Eagles. 2 in the bottom of the first. They also scoreless in the second, 2 in the third. And as they came to the top of the 4th, we're feeling good about the performance they were having against this UT Tyler team, but it's just all unraveled here in the top of the 4th for the Eagles. As this one quickly hit through the infield, first pitch, swinging, it's going to take a wicked bounce over Michael out in left field. The runner going to come around and jot into home plate all the way from first. Jewell easily scores, and that lead now is a 13-4 lead for UT Tyler. That's one of those weird bounces you
Oh, it
typically don't
was.
see in the outfield. It got through quickly and looked like a golf ball. Took a little bounce and then another one, and then all of a sudden just skied up in the air over Meigel's head.
You would think that was like a artificial turf out there the way it jumped up.
Absolutely.
Turf is so firm on an artificial. Man, that
First pitch swinging again. This one in on the hands and fouled into the netting. So Hornback, the 7-hole hitter, steps in, and we've officially batted through the lineup for UT Tyler. He led off the inning with a hit by pitch. Came around and scored on the grand slam. Oh, that looked good, but just a little bit off the plate, says home plate umpire. 1-1. Once again, Charlie McBride on the mound for the Eagles. 1-1 pitch is taken, and that's a beauty. That one drops in the zone. So he's
That
ahead
was
of the
pretty.
count 1-2. It was absolutely. Hornback struck out his first time, trying not to go 2 Ks on the day. He's down 1-2 in the count, and we batted through with no outs. Very impressive from the Patriots. As they look back to second, here's the 1-2 delivery. And good eye by the batter. Hornback to see that one out of the zone and low. Count will move to 2 apiece. That was Labuda who had that RBI, who is also standing on second base. Didn't get to mention him with the first pitch swing. 2-2. Popped up. We'll see if it stays in the park. Looks like it's going to initially, and it's going to be caught out in foul territory by Reed Thomas. And the Eagles finally get the first out of the inning. And a sigh of relief can be had after that first out as well. It'll be Brock Bearden who will step in now.
Now batting Brock Baden.
Typically, if you'd say, hey, the leadoff batter is going to get out in the inning, you'll take it. But
yes.
unfortunately, it came after his second appearance of the innings. This one going to dive in there for strike one.
Yes.
Bearden with a strikeout in his first plate appearance, double out to right field off that right center field wall. Here's the 0-1. It's another
Ooh.
beauty, but just a little bit up, out and elevated out of the zone. Didn't dive in, break in quick enough, so 1-1 count to Bearden. Short lead over at second, and that one drops in, and that's a beauty as well. 1-2, now the count. We'll see if he tries to drop that one out of the zone. Try to get a swing and miss here from Bearden. Once again, short lead over at second by Labuda. And he does just that. He gets the swing and miss. Jones gets the tag for the strikeout. So back-to-back outs. Pop up to first, strikeouts. Gives the Eagles 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And the 9-hole hitter,
Now batting
number
Mason
8,
Hammonds.
Mason Hammonds, will dig in. He is 0 for 1. Strikeout victim as well. Hit by pitch. His second time up, and once again came around on the grand slam. First pitch to him is a beauty. It drops in. McBride's had some good movement on those curves that just kind of drop into the zone. A little bit of a unique lead over there at second, as now McBride going to step off. He wasn't as far off, but he was a little bit deeper into the infield. Not something I've seen quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing right behind the second base umpire, who is just a hair on the grass. And this one driven out to left field. You can forget about this one as well. It goes all the way to the track. It's a 2-run home run for Mason Hammonds. And it's a 15-4 lead for UT Tyler. And the fourth continues to be nice for the Patriots. And here comes that boom for UT Tyler. Their second 2-run home run of the inning. I believe their fourth home run of the inning. I've lost track, partner. It's been quite a few here in the top of the fourth. At the top of the order will come around Clark.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, two home runs. 2-run home runs, a solo and a grand slam. First pitch elevated out of the zone for ball 1. Speaking of that grand slam, it's the batter that's in the box, Connor Clark. As he had a no-doubter out to left field for his grand slam. Here's the 1-0. That elevated as well, 2-0. Wind up, 2-0 is upstairs, so 3-0. We'll see if Clark has the green light to swing. (3-0) is taken the whole way, and it's in there for strike 1.
10 after 7.
Wind up 3-1, taken on the outside corner, and it catches the plate for strike 2. Here comes the payoff pitch to Clark, and it's a little bit elevated. So in the end, it's a walk for Clark. I'll bring up Justin Williams, who went back-to-back home runs with Clark here in the fourth, solo home run. And we're going to get another mound visit here for the Eagles. We'll see if this is a new relief pitcher, and it looks like it's going to be just that. So we'll take another short ad break here on Flow College.
Rear pitcher for the Eagles, Jackson Holland.
Welcome back. Still in the top of the fourth here between UT Tyler and the Eagles. First of a 4-game series that will be played here at Dobson Field. 1 today, 2 tomorrow, and 1 on Friday. Hopefully that game on Friday able to get through before the weather. Of course, Saturday looks like it's going to be a wet, rainy day here in the OKC Edmond Metro. Hopefully that rain stays out of the Metro. Said maybe Friday night, but we'll see. New relief pitcher in the circle, Jackson Olive, number 3. This is only his 4th appearance of the season, so not very many stats. So no really point in giving them. And Coach going with, someone who maybe is a less experienced, maybe trying to save some arms for the rest of the series, but I see it as an opportunity for someone to get their feet wet for this season, but also, just see what Olive has on the mound as well. You never know. Some bright spots can come, especially out of a moment like this.
Oh, yes, yes.
Baseball, basketball, and athletic director.
And
Athletic director.
the baseball that Olive had, not appealing for the home plate umpire, so he has him get rid of it. Gives him a new one. Justin Williams digs in. We mentioned it, solo home run for him. His first time here in the top of the fourth. First pitch is in there for strike 1. So Olive, the lefty on the mound, trying to give a different look to these right-handed batters. It was the right-handed batters that were doing the damage for this UT Tyler team in the top of the fourth. That's a beautiful pick behind the plate by Jones to keep the runner Clark over at first. Justin's solo home run, one of 4 home runs that have been hit by the Patriots here in the top of the fourth. Eagles 1 out away from getting the bats going themselves. Good movement, good velocity on that pitch from Olive. Got the swing and miss on the dangerous Williams. He's ahead. They count 1 and 2. We'll see if he's able to finish him off. Here's the windup. The 1-2. Little soft grounder over to third. The play, the throw is in time for the third and final out. Spencer once again showing off his defensive utility over at third base. Well, the top of the fourth finally comes to an end. It's a 10-run top of the fourth for UT Tyler. Their lead now 15-4. We'll see how the Eagles bats respond here on Flow College.
Now batting, Elijah Klaus. Ross. Now batting Trey Michael. New pitcher, Nate Campbell.
Well, here we go. Nate Campbell, the new relief pitcher. And like we saw in the top of the fourth, the relief pitcher that comes in with less than 5 innings pitched, so no real point in giving the stats. This is the 6th appearance, though, for Campbell. Hasn't had a lot of success in his 5 appearances, but trying to keep this lead. And for back-to-back years, the Eagles are able to get to Hector on the mound. His day ends once again after 3 1/3. Last year it was 3 2/3. This year gives up 7 runs, but his team's had his back the whole way. They gave him a 15-5 lead coming into the bottom of the fourth. So even though Hector gives up 7, well in line to get the victory here this afternoon with the 15 runs. And as a pitcher, you will gladly take 15 runs of support any and every time you get on the mound. So Michael Adair will be the first batter for the new pitcher, Campbell. Adair has a 2-run double in the bottom of the first, was walked in the bottom of the third.
Michael Adair.
He's got runners on the corners, first and third, 1 out. Big shift, big-time pull hitters. They're playing and expecting the pull. Now the shortstop will step back on the other side of the second base, go back to more of a natural position. Hennessy on first, Jones on third, Adair in the box. First pitch to him, swing and miss for strike 1. Pitch had good movement out of the zone to stay away from Adair's bat. And Adair, one of those hitters for this Eagle team. One hit could really change it with the power. Shows bunt, though, and he's going to put it down over to third. It's a squeeze, and it's going to be a beauty of a bunt. It's an RBI squeeze off the bat of Michael Adair. Well, partner, we can check that one off the bingo board as well here this afternoon.
Wow.
Makes it a 15 to 7 or 15-8. What do you have, 15-8? 15-8.
Right.
So runners on first and second after that one.
I'd fooled everybody.
You could have given me a couple of guesses, partner, on what was going to happen there. And squeeze bunt was probably one of the last options I would have picked. As that one moving Thomas off the plate, grounded to second, and an RBI single for Thomas is his day. And once again, 3-4-5. And
Exactly.
Eagles hoping 6 also does some damage as Thomas takes that one upstairs for ball 2. Long look at second. Here's the 2-0 offering. That one's down low. So Thomas being patient in the box. He's worked himself into a 3-0 count. Spencer behind him. On deck. Here's the 3-0, taken all the way, but it's a little bit inside for ball 4. So for the second time this inning, the Eagles have worked the bases loaded. We'll see if for the second time also this inning, if the batter is able to bring in a couple of runs with the bases loaded. As Hennessy at third, Adair on second, Thomas on first. Spencer will step in. Justin struck out and grounded to second for both his plate appearances this afternoon. Looking to add to a 4-run inning, and that one pushed him off the plate, excuse me. Justin does have 25 RBIs on the season, 30 hits as well. Trying to come through here. That one swung on, and a little bit of spin behind the plate for the foul. As we await the 2-1 offering. Swung on and missed. It's going to be 1-2 now. The count will move to. Not 2-2. My apologies. Spencer did strike out his first time, trying not to do that here. And this at bat has the bases loaded. Has an out to work with as well here for the Eagles. Here's the 1-2 from Campbell. And he gets him once again. Swung on and missed for strike 3, his second of the day. So Elijah Louse now will step in. And typically the bottom 3 you don't necessarily want with the bases loaded. You'd like to have the heart of the order for the bases loaded. But Elijah, 2 for 2 today. A couple of singles. So this is definitely a guy at that bottom of the order that's had some success against the Patriots. We'll see if he can come through once again. That one upstairs for ball 1. Campbell deals to Louse. Swinging, and big swing there on that one, but that one always slicing foul and out of play. So the count will move to 1-1. Here's the 1-1 to Louse, and just blew it right by him. The velocity too much to handle on the fastball. So the count will move to 1-2. Campbell looking to escape the bases loaded jam. He's already struck out one batter, trying to go for 2 here in the inning. Takes a breath. Here's the 1-2 offering, and he does just that. Goes back to the fastball, and once again blows it by Louse. So 2 strikeouts for the relief pitcher. Eagles strand the bases loaded. They score 4, though, in the bottom of the 4th. However, that deficit still 7 for the Eagles. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Patriots and Eagles here on Flo College. Welcome back to the top of the 5th. And, partner, I was thinking about this, that, at the beginning of the game, I was going to say, 3 o'clock start time, probably no lights needed for this afternoon, but the way that 4th inning went for both teams, that was a long 4th inning. 10 runs in the top of the 4th for the Patriots, 4 in the bottom of the 4th for the Eagles. Puts us 15-8 here in the top of the 5th, and offense has been the key so far for both teams here this afternoon. Both pitchers got hit pretty quickly and often throughout the first 4 innings. Both teams have relief pitchers in. Once again, Jackson Olive, the relief pitcher for your Eagles. And he was able to get the last out. And the only batter that he faced, Gucci Tyler, hit 4 home runs in the top of the 4th. And we'll see what Drew Schmidt and company will do here on the top of the 5th. See if the relief pitcher able to get a 3-up, 3-down here. That one misses the zone for ball 1. They scored 4 in the first, none in the second. 3-up, 3-down. 1 in the third, and then 10 in the 4th. Drew 2 for 3, swinging through and missing that one for strike one. He had a ground out to third. It was a beautiful play by Spencer over at third to get him out. Had a double in the top of the third and a single in the top of the fourth. Both times came around and scored. No RBIs, though, for Schmidt as he's ahead of the count 2-1. Going to miss once again outside, 3-1. Defense still the same for the Eagles. Michael, Hennessy, and Voss. The outfield, Spencer, Gregory, Laus, and Thomas. The infield, and Jones behind the plate. This one popped up out to right field. This might stay in, but it's a long chase for Thomas at first, not able to get there. Both Hennessy and Voss throughout many of the at-bats against these right-hand hitters, just maybe a hair or two over to the left side of their positions. So that one's going to be a leadoff walk for Schmidt. So three-hole hitter able to get on base again. That will bring up Caston Mason.
Now batting Caston Mason.
Had a walk his first appearance, a line out to third, and that two-run home run his last plate appearance.
Ooh.
That one looked good, but it just missed low, maybe a touch or two outside as well. And this one driven out to center field. Does he have a second home run? He does, as this one clears the deepest part of the field.
Wow.
That one at least 400 plus off the bat of Mason. His second two-run home run of the day. And it extends the lead out to 17-8 for the Patriots. Their fifth home run of the day. And just like the Eagles, every time they give up a run, it seems like they quickly respond. And they've done so here in the top of the fifth, two-run home run.
It says 290 of the sign, but to clear that fence, it's 400. 400.
Yeah, 300 out to dead center field. That one definitely was 400. There's, if you've never seen the field here at Dobson Field, the dimensions are the right field, left field walls are pretty low to the ground. I'd say, a little bit off the ground there. But once you get to center field, it really extends up high. And that one cleared every single bit of it out in center field. First pitch was in there for strike one. The new batter is Bryce Jewell. And this one hit out to right field. Needs a home run for the cycle instead. Going to get a single. Now he'll try to go to second on the drop ball. And he will be into second. So Jewell goes 4 for 4 here this afternoon. Triple, double, single. And he's got himself at least another single, if not another double.
Now batting Blake Labuda.
And just like the Eagles, UT Tyler 3, 4, and 5 doing the damage here this afternoon.
Middle of that lineup is tough.
It is.
Very
it's not.
tough.
There's no easy out anywhere in the lineup as this one's hit over to short. Almost hits the runner Jewell. Backhand and the throw well in time for the first out of the inning. And probably really the crushing thing for a opposing pitcher is no easy out, but there's no relief either. You make one mistake and you get what you got in the top of the fourth. You look up and you go into the fourth down by 1. You feel good. And then about 15 minutes later, you're down by 10. So
Yes.
very quickly, this one hit over to third. Had to play the runner back. Beautifully did Spencer. And that's definitely what the Eagles want to see more of that. One pitch, one swing, and one out. Now there's 2 in the inning. As Labuda, that's the second straight at bat that he first pitch swung. Excuse me, that was actually Hornback. Now it's Brock Bearden that will step in.
That was well played, the way he did that. Well played.
Yeah, Spencer, it's about the third, at least the third one that he's had over at third. All of them have been different plays as well as that one outside for ball one. He's had one where kind of hit him in the chest like that last one. First one, he had to go down the line and backhand it. And another that was a little bit of just softly off the ground. He had to come in and charge as the count will move to 2-0 after that pitch. As Olive deals. Good pitch there, but it gets away from Jones behind the plate. Runner going to score easily here. So another run scores for the Patriots. And that 10-run deficit back in effect for the Eagles. And that also brings the run rule in effect as well. Once again, 10 after 7. And right now in the top of the fifth, it is 10 runs, 18-8. Count moves to 3-1 there. And that one upstairs, so it's a walk for Bearden. That'll bring up Hammonds, the 9-hole hitter.
Now batting, Mason Hammonds.
First pitch to Hammonds is down low for ball one. Well, how about this production from your 9-hole hitter? Hit by pitch in the top of the fourth, and then came around his second time and hit a monster 2-run home run. This one, though, over to third. Spencer easily makes the grab, the throw, a beauty over to first for the third and final out. Well, besides the top of the second, UT Tyler has scored in every inning. Top of the fourth, 4, 1 in the third, 10 in the fourth, 3 here in the fifth. Gives that double-digit lead back in effect, 18-8. And we'll see how the Eagles bats respond once again for the bottom half of the fifth. Don't go anywhere here on Flow College. Welcome back to the bottom of the fifth. Jacob Owens, Randy Gray on the call for you here on Flow College. Eagles baseball. UT Tyler starting a series with UT Tyler. Top 20 team coming down, or coming up, I should say, to the Edmond Metro. Last 2 years, these two teams have faced off. They've split the series even to piece, 2-2. UT Tyler off to a quick start here, though, in Edmond on Dobson Field. 18-8 lead for them after their 5 innings of offense. Kason Gregory, the 9-hole hitter, will lead things off for the Eagles. So 9, 1, and 2. Gregory, Voss, and Michael. And Randy, the Eagles have been pretty patient in the box this afternoon. They've put out 8 runs themselves, an impressive number for an offense that at times has really struggled this season, especially here at home. As the first pitch to Gregory is in there for strike 1. And this one lined out to center field, and it's going to drop down for a leadoff single. So Gregory able to get on base. He gets his first hit of the day. That'll turn it to the top of the order. Voss, Michael, and Jones.
Now batting Grant Voss.
Voss reached on an error, his second plate appearance, and got on via the single his fourth. Both times came around and scored. And that one misses outside. And Randy, I think the issue for the Eagles most of the season is just they haven't been able to play a complete game. They've done it offensively, but then the pitching hasn't been able to. It's not complimentary baseball. And that's been the issue once again here. Offense on fire, 8 runs. Pitching, though, just hasn't been very complimentary here this afternoon.
Exactly right.
As they've given up 18 themselves. And in big part, crooked numbers as well. 4, 4, 4, 3, and 10 in 3 innings for UT Tyler. As Voss has to step off that one. That one inside and ran him in. 2-1 count.
Emotionally, that can be so tough on a team.
Absolutely.
So very tough.
Kind of that here we go again mentality.
Exactly.
But the Eagles have been battling every time they've gone down as this one gets away. Not very far, though, from Labuda. You know, typically when you have a team that maybe goes down this big, you'll see kind of defeat or just kind of giving up mentality. That's not been the case for the Eagles, especially in the box here this afternoon. They've always had an answer. In every inning, they've given up a run. That's a big swing and a miss for strike 2, so the count will move to full. So they responded with 2 in the bottom of the first. The only inning they didn't give up a run is the only inning they didn't score a run. That was the second.
Right.
They responded with 2 in the third and 4 in the fourth. Big
Oh,
swing and a
got
miss
it.
there on the outside corner for strike 3. It's first strikeout of the inning.
Now batting Trey Michael.
And Campbell gets his, I believe, 3rd strikeout of the day. So the relief pitcher has had some really good movement as well as velocity in and out of the zone. He's been mixing his pitches really well, getting ahead of the hitters. Eagles have not been able to make any adjustments as Trey Michael will step in 0 for 3. And he's going to hit this one right at short, and it's going to one-hop off the glove of the shortstop. Schmidt going to third is Gregory. So Michael back-to-back plate appearances where he reaches on an error. And runners on the corners for Hunter Jones.
Batting Hunter Jones.
And we're going to step into that part of the lineup, partner. 3, 4, 5,
That's
and
right.
6. Trying to start a rally here. Once again, in the bottom of the 5th. Jones grounded out. He's reached all 3 times this afternoon. Walk, a double, and then a walk. All 3 times he's come around and scored as well. First pitch swinging, that one foul, well out of play quickly. Hennessy 2 for 3 on deck. And Adair 2 for 2 with a walk as well. So Adair's reached all 3 times as well as Jones. Eagles need to score just 1 to keep the run rule out of effect. Has that one good movement, but a little bit late, so didn't catch the upper part of the zone. Count moved to 1-1 on Jones. As we await that 1-1 delivery from Campbell, here it is, and this one's driven out to center field.
Yes.
Right fielder, though, going to come and make the grab. Should be deep enough for a sacrifice fly. It is. Gregory going to come around and score from third. So it's an RBI sac fly for Jones. His 3rd RBI of the day. It gives the Eagles their 9th run of the afternoon. And the run rule, once again, out of effect. But we'll see if that stands with how well both of these offenses have performed. As Jonte Hennessy will dig in. Runner over at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch upstairs for ball one. Timeout going to be called here. They said maybe Hennessy called the time.
I don't know.
Not sure exactly. He pointed at Hennessy, so. Gotcha. Thank you very much. Pitcher did not make eye contact was the official ruling. That's why the timeout was made. Timeout was called, excuse me. 1-0, and that's driven out deep to right field. Is it going to stay fair? It's carrying, and it just lands foul and just lands short of the wall as well.
Yeah.
Almost had a 2-run home run there. That one almost hit the foul pole out there and right. And if the wind was blowing anywhere but where it was, that one might just have carried out, as that one was battling the wind out there in right field. But in the end, it's just a long strike for Hennessy. Count moved to 1-1.
And he went to the opposite field to do it.
Absolutely.
So he picked his shot. He waited on it.
Very patient approach. And good eye there. Runner going to take second, as that one got away from Labuda behind the plate. So 2-1 count.
Wild pitch.
Hennessy has 2 singles, one in the first. He came around and scored. He also had a 2-run single in the bottom of the fourth, did not come around and score. And now he has another RBI opportunity with the runner at second on the advancement. This one hit down the line in first. And it's going to stay fair down the right field line.
He's got a shot for 3.
He does as well. He's going to take second. Now he'll round third, and he should be in there, and he is. It's a 1-run triple off the bat of Jonte Hennessy. His third RBI of the day for the Eagles. And now both teams are in double digits, as that's the 10th run of the game for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th.
Jacob, that was an excellent throw from that right fielder when he got to it, because Hennessy had to go into the dirt at third base, and if he hadn't, they'd have got him if he'd just stayed up. So that was a great relay also from their second baseman.
Yeah, great relay.
Oh, good defensive play.
Good play in general by this Patriot defense. Ball one down low to Michael Adair. He doubled in the first. 2 runs were brought in, walked in the third, and singled in the first, brought in a run. So 3 RBI day for Michael Adair, looking to make it 4 with the runner over at third. He'll take that one all the way, though, and it's in there for strike 1. Once again, Hennessy able to deposit that one down the right field line.
That was
a rocket over at first. Jewell was playing pretty tight on the line, as that one upstairs swung on and missed for strike 2. And he had good reactions, did the first baseman Jewell as well. He got down quick. That one was just hit with so much pace and velocity. Didn't even really come close to it as well. It was just a rocket off the bat of Hennessy. Adair down 1-2. This one going to be over to short. Easy play by the shortstop. A low throw, but a beautiful grab and dig by Jewell at first for the third and final out of the inning. Well, once again, the Eagles respond. However, it's only a 2-run bottom of the 5th. However, it is 18-10 lead for UT Tyler. We'll go to the top of the 6th. We'll see how the Patriots respond with their lead cut down to 8. Don't go anywhere here on the sack, here on Flow College. Welcome back to the top of the 6th. 6-1 lead for softball over just a few ways away from us. Both teams playing at home this weekend. I was in the top of the 5th. They already took one. Who were they playing again? Was it? I turned around and looked, and she already walked off. So I believe it was St. Mary's, but not for sure who softball was playing. UT Tyler and Oklahoma Christian playing here in baseball. It's an 18-10 lead for the Patriots, and it's been the long ball all day for them. 5 home runs, I believe, in total. 4 of them came in the top of the 4th. There is a new pitcher on for the Eagles. It
Snyder.
is Snyder Brooks Snyder, excuse me. This will be his 10th appearance. He started a couple of games, but mainly has just worked relief. He's thrown 13 and a third innings, 13 walks compared to 7 Ks. So another reliever for the Eagles, more walks than strikeouts. Has that one in there for strike 1. And walks, and especially hit by batters, have been the case for the Eagles pitching staff this afternoon. And UT Tyler has done what you're supposed to do when you get those free passes. You bring them around and score. You know, an offense that hits just under 350, an offense that's hit 40-plus homers, shows bunt here, pulled back, and it missed the zone, so the count will move to a 3-1. Just under, right at 350 RBIs coming in the day, so they don't need extra help. And they've been given it by the Eagles here this afternoon, getting a piece of that. So the count will move to 3-2, a full count. And tell you what, Snyder really working.
Yeah.
Really working on the mound. Here's his payoff. This one hit over to short. A beautiful backhand. The throw in time for the out. What a play by Kason Gregory at short. And the Eagles' left side of the infield putting on a defensive clinic. Him and Spencer having some highlight-worthy plays.
Oh, that's a good play.
Now batting Justin Williams.
And that got out the speedster Clark. As Justin Williams will step in. Big swing there and fouls it away for strike 1. Well, his first plate appearance, he reached on a hit by pitch. Second one, ground out. Third one, home run. Fourth one, ground out. So that trend continues. We'll see if Williams able to get on base. 0-1 becomes 1-1 as that one misses outside for ball 1. This one going to be hit up the middle, and Gregory not able to come close to that one. Once again, a little bit of a hop out there in the outfield, but Eagles able to back it up. Hennessy was there. And so UT Tyler has their first base runner of the inning on via the single up the middle. And now Drew Schmidt, the shortstop, will step in. He's 2 for 3.
Williams is 13 for 14 on stolen bases.
And this one popped up to left field. It's going to be a long chase. And, the catch is going to be made out there and left by Trey Michael. He was able to run it down. It just stayed up in the air just enough for Michael to chase it down. He had a long way to go. And he showcased his speed there as that one was definitely a couple of steps inside the foul line over and left.
Well, I don't know how he got to that.
I don't know how he got to it either.
I mean, he's not playing just straight away left field. He's over a little bit towards center, so.
First pitch down low for ball 1.
He hauled the mail.
As Caston Mason will step in. Well, last 2 times he's hit 2 home runs, both of them 2-run home runs.
He
Well,
looks awful big, doesn't
the scene just kind of sets itself. He does.
There
This
you go.
one going to be the line right to short, and it's Gregory who makes the sliding grab as he had to go down to his knees. But another defensive highlight for Gregory at short. And for the first time since the second inning, no runs scored by UT Tyler here in the top of the 6th. We'll see what the Eagle Bats do. Can they continue their momentum, trying to inch this lead or this deficit down a little bit. Currently it's 8. We'll see what they can do here for the bottom of the 6th. Julio Garcia, the new relief pitcher for UT Tyler. This will be his 10th appearance. He's only started one of those 9 games. Once again, not many innings for the relief pitcher, 11 2/3 innings. 6 walks, 17 strikeouts though. Very impressive for Garcia on the mound. And it's been offensive plenty. If you love offense, this has been the game for you. Your eyes do not deceive you. We promise you. It is 18-10. As Reed Thomas will lead things off for the Eagles. He's 1 for 2, a single, an RBI single in the 3rd. Looking to start something. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Eagles. First pitch is in there for strike 1. That one going to catch the outside corner, so quickly ahead of the count. 0-2 is Garcia. And with 17 Ks, looking for 18, looking to get going just like he has all season. Here's his 0-2. This one chopped, and it takes a big bounce. It's going to be the shortstop that makes the play, and he had to get that one in, and he does just that. Schmidt over at short.
Nice play.
I'll be real, I didn't know if he had a chance because that one just bounced so high up in the air. And the velocity of the throw over to first gets the runner.
Got a rifle there.
He absolutely did. A cannon of an arm. And now Justin Spencer, the only batter that has not reached base this afternoon for the Eagles. And he's going to here. This one's going to go out to left field, but chased down by the left fielder. Good speed by him. Looked at that one was going to drop, but it just stayed up in the air for Bairden. And now Elijah Louse, the 8-hole hitter, going to step in. He's 2 for 3 this afternoon. A couple of singles in the 2nd and the 4th. He struck out, though, also in the 4th, which was his last plate appearance. And he takes a strike here for the first pitch. Did not come around and score in the 2nd, did in the 4th. And second pitch swinging, fouling, out of play. Not quite to the road out there. But he's quickly down 0-2 in the count. And Garcia, once again, quickly ahead 0-2. Tried to retire the side in order here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's his 0-2 delivery. It's off the plate for ball 1. His 17 strikeouts, top 5 on this pitching staff. Very nice for a relief pitcher to have. Here's his 1-2. This one going to be hit over to short. Good play by Schmidt, ranging over. Throw in time for the 3rd and final out of the inning. We'll go to the top of the 7th, and no runs
batting, Ross.
Well, here we go for the top of the seventh. 18-10, UT Tyler lead. Jacob Owens. First pitch is in there, but it misses for ball one. Randy Gray alongside with me as well. Plenty of offense through 6. As the 1-0 is popped up a mile high. Is this one going to stay? Jones chasing after it, trying to shield his eyes, but that one going to fall into the concourse just to the right side of that Eagle dugout. So the count will move to 1 apiece.
That's a tough one to chase down when you're looking into the sun.
Oh, absolutely. Especially
He
with
did a
that
good
sun.
job of getting over there, but it was way out of play, but still. Tough to track.
2-1, the count will move to after that one outside. It's Jewell, Labuda, and Hornback. The 3 due up. That one moves Jewell off the plate. So he's ahead of the count 3-1. He's reached base all 4 times. Triple, double, single, double. Pops this one up and out of play. A home run away from the cycle. We've seen 5 UT Tyler home runs. None of them by Jewell, though. Here's the payoff pitch. And just misses the outside part of the plate. So Jewell will reach for the 5th time this afternoon, this time via the walk. So Labuda will step in. He's 1 for 4.
Now batting Blake Labuda.
First pitch to Labuda outside. He's had 3 ground outs, 2 to third, 1 to short, or second, excuse me, and had a double as well, 2 RBIs for him on the day. That one falls in, catches the outside corner for a strike. Brooks Snyder still on the mound for the Eagles. He's only given him 1 hit, 1 walk in the 1 inning of relief that he's thrown. That one down low and misses. 2-1. That one upstairs and a little bit off the plate as well, so quickly the count will move to 3-1. And UT Tyler 1 ball away from back-to-back walks to lead off the top of the 7th. 3-1 is inside. And they'll do just that.
They're going to keep, yeah, okay.
I just keep the bats going, keep handing it off.
Now batting Tanner Hornback.
Tanner Hornback will step in. Was a hit, strikeout and a couple of easy outs. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Had a fly out to first base as well. Shows bunt and tries to put it down, but pops foul for strike 1. Trying to move the runners over. Bearden and Hammonds, the next 2 on deck. Hornback, the only UT Tyler hitter without a hit this afternoon. That one upstairs, 1-1. 2, 3, 4, and 5 all have at least 2 hits in the lineup for UT Tyler. As this one popped up, and looks like it's going to get out of play. It is over the Patriot dugout. So the count will move to 1-2. As Snyder looks for his first strikeout of the contest. Hornback trying to not strike out for the 2nd time this afternoon. Struck out his first appearance. Snyder gets the sign, excuse me. And the windup, here's the 1-2. Good eye, saw it out of the zone for ball 2. So 2's apiece, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's that delivery. This one lined
Oh.
out to left center field. It's going to score 1 run. Runner going to around second. He'll go to third. He'll be in there. Both runners sliding. It's a RBI double for Hornback. And now UT Tyler, everybody 1 through 9 has reached via hit this afternoon.
Batting Brock Dead.
Brock Bearden, the 8-hole hitter, will step in. He's 1 for 3 this afternoon. So Labuda over at third and Hornback over at second. Bearden steps in the box. So now that lead extends out to 9, 19-10, no outs. Here in the top of the 7th, UT Tyler trying to put up a 20 spot here the afternoon. That one down low, 2-0 the count. Had a double in the 4th. Couple of strikeouts and a walk for Bearden. He is quickly ahead 3-0.
Yeah.
UT Tyler trying to load the bases once again. They've cleared him every opportunity that they have done so. 3-0 taken all the way, and it's in there for strike 1. Hammond's on deck, does have a home run this afternoon. Now one upstairs for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded. And Hammonds will step in with not just one RBI opportunity, but he's got the bases loaded here.
Now batting Mason Hammond.
First time they loaded him, it was a bases clearing triple for Jewell. And then Clark, the second time, hit a grand slam to unload him. Strikeout, a ground out, hit by pitch, and a home run for Hammonds this afternoon. First pitch in there for strike 1. That home run in the 4th was a 2-run home run. He's looking for his second hit of the day. This one going to be hit to third. Throw's going to come home. They'll run initially. Now they will, as that was dropped initially by Jones, but able to pick it back up. So the fielder's choice results in 1 out, no runs for UT Tyler. As Clark will step in. And last time Connor had the bases loaded, he unloaded them
On clock.
in the 4th. That grand slam. Looks at the first pitch he sees outside for ball 1. Well, you don't want to leave one up and elevated in the zone for him.
No. Big mistake.
Absolutely.
Got to focus.
You also need to get a couple of outs here as well. Ooh, they throw that one up high. Swinging through was Connor. Clark able to not make contact for strike 1. So Hornback at third, Bearden at second, Hammonds over at first. Clark in a 1-1 count against Snyder. 1-1 is looked at, and it catches the corner for strike 2. Here's the 1-2. Got him off the plate moving, but it was a little bit too inside as well, so 2-2. Williams 2 for 4 on deck. Schmidt 2 for 4 after him if they are given the opportunity. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And Clark swung on and missed for strike 3. What an at-bat by Snyder on the mound to get the strikeout.
Boy, it was pretty.
Now batting
Good pitches. All good pitches they put in there.
Mixed it up with the velocity and the spin. Now Williams will step in. Did have that solo home run in the fourth, a couple of ground outs. That one outside for ball one. This is big because if you're the Eagles, you're down by 9. Can't give up another run.
No.
Because the run rule would be back in effect. Of course, it's 10 after 7 for UT Tyler. They're looking to cap on what has been a superbulous first game of a 4-game series here as that one falls in there for strike one. And if you're the Eagles, and especially Eagles fan here, you're hopefully UT Tyler has used up much of their run support for the series in one game.
Yes.
As the 1-1 delivery swung on and missed. Not able to make contact for strike two. So Snyder loads the bases, but since was able to get 2 outs, ground out to third, and a swing and miss strike three. He's got that strikeout, his only one of the day. And he's 1 strike away from getting out of the bases loaded jam. Here's the 1-2. That one inside almost hits Williams. But that's the same pitch that he threw to Clark. Up and in, gets him off the plate, and then just got him swinging on the movement out of the zone. We'll see if that's the same pitch that they elect to throw to Williams here. 2-2, this one driven out to left field. You can forget about this one. Hung it up off the scoreboard. It's the second grand slam of the day for UT Tyler. This one off the bat of Williams. And what was a 19-10 lead has now jumped up to 23-10. They do break the 20-run mark on the day. And the Eagles were 1 pitch, 1 strike away from getting out of the bases loaded jam. But just like they have all afternoon, UT Tyler fills them, then clears them. I've got another relief pitcher coming in for the Eagles. We'll take a short ad break, and we'll bring you back in for the new relief pitcher here on Flo College.
Now pitching, Jack Siegel.
Jack Siegel, the new relief pitcher for the Eagles. He's only thrown 3 2/3 innings, a couple of walks and a couple of Ks as well in his few appearances on the season. This is his 8th appearance of the season. And it comes after UT Tyler, the Patriots, hit their second grand slam of the day. They've taken a 23-10 lead here at the top of the 7th. And what has been a fantastic offensive performance for the Patriots just continues to get better and better with each batter that seems to step into the box.
Yes.
But once again, as we alluded to before the Grand Slam, so many times you see, and I'm not saying this is the case for UT Tyler, just an example, so many times you see teams that come in and they do these sort of things, and then they just struggle the next couple of games. Eagles fans are hoping that is the case here for the next couple of days. Of course, a doubleheader tomorrow, as that doubleheader will be played at 1 and 4. I believe Tony Sellers should have the call for you there, both games.
That's correct.
Will you be here in the booth with them? Not able to make it out tomorrow. First pitch, trying to see if he checked his swing, and he did for ball 1. Tony, of course, was at softball. They were up the last time we heard. Is that game gone final?
No, they made a comeback. So it's 6-7, bottom of the 6th.
They're up 6-7 or down?
They're up 6-7.
Okay.
St. Mary's tied it in the fifth.
Gotcha. St. Mary's tied it in the 5th, but the Eagles have been able to take the lead. Trying to hold on to that lead. It would be a doubleheader sweep for the ladies this afternoon. That one misses. So the count will move to 3-0. As Schmidt, the leadoff batter, double, single, and a walk in his 5 plate appearances. And he'll take another walk. As Siegel walks the first batter he faces. Mason will step in, walk, and a couple of home runs and a couple of line drive outs to short has been his day. Both of those home runs were 2-run home runs for Mason. First pitch he sees is in there for strike 1. This one foul. So he'll quickly go down 0-2. Will Mason. Jewell on deck. 4 for 4. 4 hits and a walk. This one popped up over to third. It should stay in the park. And it will, and a late adjustment had to be made. Did he hold on to it? I don't think he did. That was Spencer giving chase over at third. So maybe a fortunate for Mason there on that one. It looked like Spencer had it the whole way, and then just at the last second, whether it was the wind or the sun, something affected him. Maybe even just overran it as well. As Mason having a chat with the coach. So when Mason will step back in, it will be an 0-2 count. Eagles 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. 0-2 is taken upstairs for ball 1. Here's the windup. 1-2 didn't catch the corner, so count will even up at 2 apiece. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and foul down the first base line. That one falls in and was a little bit low, so we'll go to a full count. And with 2 outs, got to think Schmidt over at first, probably going to be running here with the full count. Try to get a head start. As the payoff pitch from Siegel is down low, and the walk. So Mason battles back after falling down early, 0-2. And it will bring up Jewell. Got to think this is his last opportunity for the cycle. Once again, needs the home run for it.
Now batting Bryce Jewell.
He's had a triple, 2 doubles, a single, and a walk. We'll see what Bryce offers us. He's the only UT Tyler batter to reach every single plate appearance. 5 for 5, and that one down low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 offering. That one is in there for strike 1. Here's Siegel's 1-1 offering. This one hit over to third, and it gets under the glove of Spencer. It's going to go all the way out to the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. And Jewell going to have to stay up for his 3rd double of the day, but it's a 2-run double, and it's put up a 25 here in the top of the 7th. 15-run lead for UT Tyler.
Now batting Blake Labuda.
And Blake Labuda will step in now. Labuda 1 for 4 on the day. First pitch to him. Beauty that just falls right into the zone for strike 1. He had an RBI ground out to second. His first time out, grounded out to third in the fifth and the third and the fifth, excuse me. Had a RBI double in the 4th and hit by pitch his last time up. This one outside. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 inside and in on the hands for ball 2. Hornback on deck for the Patriots. As that one drops, but doesn't drop in quickly enough, so the count will move to 3-1.
That was a good pitch. I thought that got him.
I thought it got in as well, but just a little high. 3-1 is absolutely crushed out to left field. Michael doesn't even move. That one might be the longest of the day. It's a 2-run home run for Blake Labuda. And it's a 27-10 lead for UT Tyler here on the top of the 7th. And if any of the others weren't the dagger here in the top of the 7th, that one certainly is. As Hornback steps in. First pitch was outside, or in there, excuse me, for strike 1. Got a hit his last time up. The 7th home run of the day for UT Tyler. Is that one down low for ball 2? Here's the windup. 2-1 is taken outside. 3-1. And 3-1 taken inside and low. So it's a walk. As we'll get a mound visit. That one outside for ball 1. Well, that 7th home run currently ties the second home run, most home runs hit in the game for UT Tyler. 8 is the record for them. Is that one in there for strike one? That 7 home run game was in 2008.
Wow.
That one once again in there for a strike. And that one looked good, but missed for ball 2, so 2-2 counts. So the count will move to 3-2. 3 runs away from a tie of their record. They've done it twice. They've hit the 30 mark twice and swung on and missed. The third out finally comes for the Eagles via the strikeout. And after putting up a 10 spot in the 4th, it's a 9 spot here in the top of the 7th. A 17-run lead for UT Tyler will go to the bottom of the 7th. Eagles bats up next here on Flo College. Well, here we go once again, bottom of the 7th. To my left, Randy Gray, Jacob Owens on the call for you today. Randy, it's been an offensive, just juggernaut performance. It was so close there through 3 innings. Eagles were able to respond to the back and forth action, but really just haven't been able to recover after that 10-run top of the 4th. They did battle back with 4 runs of their own in the bottom of the 4th to make it the closest it was, but since then 3 in the 5th and 9 in the 7th. It's made it a 17-run lead for the Patriots. And it will be 9-1-2 due up. Gregory, Voss, and Michael for the Eagles. Eagles looking just to find some nice momentum to go into the doubleheader tomorrow. We'll see if they can get it. Gregory, 1 for 3. Did reach on a single and came around and scored his last time up, as first pitch to him was outside for ball 1. Checks his swing. That one up and in for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 offering. That one in there for strike 1. This one driven out to left, and it's going to drop down for Gregory. So it's a leadoff single for Gregory.
Now batting Grant Voss.
So Grant Voss will step in. Trying to build some momentum for tomorrow. Voss is 1 for 4 this afternoon. First pitch swinging foul into the netting for strike one. He reached on an error in the third and a single in the fourth. Both times came around and scored. Other two plate appearances, strikeouts for Voss. This one will not be a strikeout as it's hit out to center field, and it's not going to get there. Is Clark, excuse me. It's going to go all the way to the wall. We'll see if they wave the runner around. They are. It's going to be an RBI triple for Voss. Well, Clark came in pretty quickly, looked like he had it covered, and then just all
Lost
of
it
a
in the
sudden
sun. They're looking right in the sun, yeah.
lost it in the sun. And unfortunately for him, he was well in, too far in by that time. And that one hit out to the deepest part of the field. Stand-up triple for Voss. An RBI for his day. Trey Michael will step in. He's 0 for 4. Has reached base, though, on a couple of errors.
First base, right field, second base, but also the center fielder at times is looking right into the sun at this time of the day.
They absolutely are. This one's out to left. Should be deep enough for an RBI. As the runner's going to tag Voss from third, he'll be in standing up. So it's an RBI, a sac fly for Michael. And Hunter Jones will step in after his team scores 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. So like they have all day, they have responded with runs of their own as Jones will step in. Bases cleared, 1 out. The bottom of the 7th, first pitch swinging, and the shift does not pay for UT Tyler, as that one typically would be pretty routine for the shortstop, but the shortstop was
other side of second base.
other side of second base. And Jones does what you're supposed to do in that situation, hit it right where the gap is. We've seen a couple of Eagles batters just deposit it to the field when it's open. We've seen a couple right-handers hit it out to right field, which is something you don't typically see. You see the pull, you don't see the push. And there with Jones as well. He pushed that one through the infield for the single. Jonte Hennessy, first pitch swinging and not able to make contact for strike one. That hit the 14th hit of the day. UT Tyler's only had 17 hits compared to the 14 for the Eagles. That one down low to Hennessy, 1-1. The big difference, though, the walks, the hit by pitches, and more importantly, the 3 times UT Tyler has loaded the bases, they have unloaded them all 3 times. This one popped up to center field. Going to give it a chase is Clark. He'll get to this one for the second out. Sun not able to do any damage that time. So Michael Adair, the last out of the game for the Eagles. He's 2 for 3. A double, a single, a walk, and a ground out to third. That single, as a matter of fact, on the fourth was a squeeze bunt down the third base line. Trying to check his swing, and he did for ball 1. (1-0) is outside, 2-0. (2-0) is outside. Same pitch, same result. Does softball ever go final?
Nope. St. Mary's is now leading 9-7, bottom of the 7th.
St. Mary's is taking a 9-7 lead in the bottom of the 7th, so
Things are going really well for OC today.
3-1 count.
What's up, baby?
And that one catches the strike zone for 3-2 count.
Tied it up.
Well, how about that? Eagles just tied it up in softball. That one is outside. Running was Jones at first.
Now batting, Reed Thomas.
Reed Thomas, who's 1 for 3, will step in. He's got an RBI opportunity here. Add to his season total. He has 1 today. It was an RBI single in the third.
Okay, these guys have got 2 outs. They'll be running on contact.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens here.
That one catches the outside corner of the plate for strike 1. Second baseman is shifted a little bit more to his left, a little bit closer to first. Shortstop and third shifted to their left as well. That one does not catch the plate, so 1-1 the count will move to. Here's the windup, 1-1. Taken outside and just missed the plate for ball 2. Wind up 2-1. Popped up out to left field. This should be the third out. And Bearden under it secures it for the third and final out. Well, it's a 27-12 victory for UT Tyler. Top 20 team comes in and scored 27 runs on 17 hits, 3 errors. Eagles scored 12 runs on 14 hits, 1 error. And before we send out, Randy, any last minute thoughts?
Well,
Before we send the people off?
we did the one thing we weren't supposed to do, walk a lot of batters
Yep,
with 1 or less outs, and then they just teed off on us.
they absolutely did. 2 grand
But
slams.
I've got to say, this is an impressive ball club. They live up to their hype of 347 batting average. So they did what they're supposed to do. They hit the ball with men on base.
Yep, they absolutely took advantage of it on all facets offensively. First game final 27-12. It's a run rule victory in 7. We'll be back tomorrow for 1 and 4 first pitch times before we end the series at 1. And that will just about do it for Randy Gray.
Jacob,
and
thank you for
myself.
being with us. We appreciate you calling the game today. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much
Thank
for
you,
helping
sir.
us out.
Jacob Owens for everybody up here in the booth. Thanks for tuning in to today's doubleheader. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Well, Tony Sellers will see everybody tomorrow for baseball's doubleheader. Hope you're there with them. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Be safe with the weather.